This is the Deep Root Podcast. Today's episode, we've got a big treat. We've got Ryan Edwards on, who's the current Chennai club captain. He's going to take us through his football journey, through his career, from starting out with Halewood Juniors through to now being in the Indian Super League. We'll touch on a few difficult moments as well, including when Ryan was diagnosed with testicular cancer and how that affected him and his career. So it's a long one, this. Definitely going to want your ears on, and you're most certainly going to want your feet up. So before we do get into it, don't forget to just give us a like, follow, subscribe and comment on the channel just to help us grow. And thanks very much and enjoy. Nice to have you on, right, lad? How are you getting on, kid?
It's been a while, Tony. It's been a while since our gym sessions.
How have you been, lad? How are you finding it over there?
Yeah, good. I've been sick, haven't I, for nearly 2 weeks, which you know about. So, training today for the first time. Hopefully that's me over it now, because they hit you different over here, these viruses. You've just got to be careful of what you're eating and whatever you're putting into your body, basically, because the amount of times people, just foreigners obviously mainly, getting food poisoning or just any other little viral bugs, even like mosquito bites, they can put something into your body and you can get infected, you know what I mean? So you just got to be careful of it. But I don't know what, mine was food poisoning. I had food poisoning back in October. What was bad? This one is just severe, horrendous migraines, what I've never had in my life. I never get migraines ever. That was bad, that. And I was vomiting and that as well, so I'm better now anyway.
Oh, I'm glad you're on the mend, lad. It's half 9:25 to 10 here. What time is it over there, kid?
3:05. 5.5 hours ahead we are. It's weird because it goes, when I come over in the summer, it's 4.5, but when the clocks change in England, that extra hour's horrible. You know, going from 4.5 to 5.5 is horrible, because when you want to watch the Champions League games and that, it's midnight, so it's late, but it's not. You can watch it. If there's Liverpool playing a big game, you can stay up and watch it, but when it goes from 12 till 1 o'clock in the morning, when the time difference changes, it's harder then. It's hard to stay up for it.
Sounds tough, that, lad, trying to catch the footy.
Yeah, but especially Champions League games, and I watch loads of footy. I watch all the lower leagues as well. So if there's Tuesday night games, Wednesday nights, it's harder to stay up and watch them, which is just that little extra hour. And I'm sure someone said the other day, actually, India's the only country in the world what has the extra 30 minutes. So it's not just 5.5. It's not just 5 hours or 4 hours. It's the extra half an hour. Apparently, it's over. Yeah. So that's a pain in the arse a bit. But it's what it is.
It is, lad. But I'm glad you're on the mend anyway. You're back at training. So we'll start with where you grew up, lad. Where were you born? What school did you go to?
Halewood, through and through. My school was St Mark's. You know, St Mark's on Leathers Lane, my primary school. You know Leathers Lane, don't you? So that was my primary school was that St Mark's. I walk around in the corner for my mum and dad's, where they still live now. Yeah, it was only a little small school with small years compared to like Planny and that. And your Rose East and stuff, that's gone now. Halewood CB's still there. St Andrew's a bit further up towards the cross. But we had a good little footy team. We'd all that on one against most, really. Planny were usually the best then, because they had the biggest. They didn't just have 1 years in each year. They had one class in each year. They had like multiple 2, 3, where we only had a small class in each year. Yeah, but then I went from there to Halewood Con, which was just a natural move for me because my brother done it, and most of my mates were doing it as well. Yeah, and it's school, isn't it?
Did you like school?
No, not at the time. I just used to I had concentration problems, I think, with education. Just could never fully switch onto it, especially the later, from like year 9 to 10 to 11 to your leaving school. They were difficult because I knew I was going into football then. But then I hate it when you see players, football players now or whatever, or MMA fighters or boxers or whatever, and go, oh, the teacher said I'd never do this, the teacher said I'd never do that, but they're just doing the jobs, aren't they? They're just trying to make their life easier to get you to try and get an education. Basically, that's all they're trying to do.
Yeah, they're probably, in case some of you don't make it.
They're right as well, because there is only a very small percentage who do go professionally in whatever they're trying to do. So they are right a little bit as well, and they mightn't believe you when you say you're going to do this or that, but they're just trying to do the jobs, and they're just trying to get you to get an education for yourself, I suppose.
That's it. That's always a little backup plan in it in case you don't make it.
Yeah, which you need.
So, coming away from school then, lad, what age did you start playing footy? When can you remember first starting to play?
I think as far as I can remember, but even in the streets before, I remember playing grassroots. It was always, I don't know if you know, John Wano, he lived facing me, so he was always best mates when we grew up. His dad's a big red, the biggest club height ever, he's still to this day. But we'd always just have a ball with us and just using people's garden gates as goals and stuff. And then as a little bit older, I think we were from 6 and 7, I think Joe got his first goal, which we started taking onto the field with a few cousins and stuff like that, and a few other mates from our other schools, what we were both in. And then my granddad obviously ran, he was well known in Halewood, he ran all the Halewood Juniors Sport Association stuff, and under sixes, I think it was the youngest one, to right through to the men's. Now, the way the world's gone with kids now, and people, as they get older, getting into jobs and they have other commitments now, it's not as big, I suppose, but still going to this day, and that's who I played for. He was always my manager, my granddad. My dad a little bit in between as well, when different age groups come in, and you go into senior school, and the group of players expands a little bit because you meet new people who were looking to join teams and stuff. Yeah, it was always straight into Halewood Juniors from 6 until I was 14, I think, 15. Whenever it was, I went to join the academies.
So what was the first academy you went to?
Well, that was the first academy I went to. I went on trial to do Alexander when I was I think I was 11. It was the year I was 10 or 11. It was my first year in 11-a-sides. And I remember being in the car on the way home and my dad singing. Someone's asked me to go in for trials, and I was sitting there thinking Liverpool or Everton. He just threw Alexander in. So it was made up. That was still at the time. It was made up just to get noticed, because when you're a kid at that age and you see a scout on the side in a coat of the badge he's representing, or you're told Everton or Liverpool or Tranmere are coming today, you just get excited and just try and perform to your best. And yeah, the crew was, so I went out there. I only went twice. I remember my dad and my granddad taking me. It was a Tuesday and a Thursday, and I think it just froze. I was just dead young, never been in and around it there in an academy at that time. I was scared of failing, I think, a little bit. Yeah, but I suppose it was what it was meant to be, really, because I wasn't ready at that time to go into the academy. They were miles ahead of me, even crew. They were in League One at the time, but they've always had a very unbelievable, well-run academy system. The facilities.
Produced some good players, haven't they, lad? Danny Murphy and all that.
Yeah. I think the latest one who's come out of there is Nick Powell, whose career, he went to Man United, but then he never went on to fulfil his potential. But they've had loads of players come through, and because the way they work in the first team, they want to bring them through and sell them on, and then they put their money back into the academy. I don't know if they still do this now. This was a few years ago, and then they invest in the academy, looking for the next one they can sell on for good money. So that was a good model he had. The way now, everyone wants the ready-made product. So it's getting harder for kids to get in the academy system and stay professional out of it. But yeah, I think I was 11 at that time. I went to crew, and then I was, after a Tuesday and a Thursday in that week, I was straight back to the Sunday league then, and the Saturday league.
And what happened after crew then? How long till Blackburn came knocking?
I went back then to playing for Halewood on Sundays and played for Mayfield. It was from, I think they're based around Garston, Egberfleas, and played for them on a Saturday. And I always remember my granddad wasn't too happy because a few of us who played for Halewood, they were used to winning everything. when started playing Saturdays as well, and he's just like, oh, I don't want losing any players coming here tired when we're used to winning and all that. You really, because when you're just kids, you're not tired at that age, are you? So that was probably for 3 years I was doing that. If I was 13 or 14, and then I went to Everton. And I was in between that 2 or 3 years playing Saturday, Sunday League. Because you're playing for your school at this point as well, playing for the comp. And then the players from other schools get chose to play for the school players, which you well under. I remember we were playing, I think it was Sefton. We were playing the Sefton school players or something like that. And then the Everton manager of my age group was watching Jordan Barrow, one of my mates, for the school boys. And he took a liking to me that day and then took me on sale to Everton. Where I was there for a few weeks, and then I think, say, 4 weeks I was there. In this time, Finch Farm, the Everton training ground, was just opening. Literally, it was opening in the next couple of weeks. So at this point, I was training with Everton at Netherton. I think it's a gold now. A little 5-a-side gold pictures, I think it is now. And then the manager pulled me in after a couple of weeks and said, "Lost it. This is word for word," but he basically just said, "We're going to keep an eye on you, we really like you, but there won't be a concept right now." And then within 2 weeks, he'd left Everton, but he rang me to go back. He rang my parents to go to Blackburn. He'd had a job in Blackburn as a head of under 16s, I think it was. So I was thinking, head of under 16s, I'm only under 14s. Anyway, he took me up, and I was just on sale singing at Blackburn, then between 14s and 16s, in between, twice a week, and playing games. And a couple of weeks, and he signed me there. And I always look back now thinking, and I've got a good boss relationship. I think he's assistant manager at Oldham now, but before this, we'll get onto this soon, but he signed me for Blackpool because he got a Blackpool manager's job in my career. But I always think now, did you leave knowing that you're going to release me and take me there? Because that was a ball ache for me. I could have walked to training for my mums round the farm. I was gutted at the time. Even though I was a Liverpool fan, I wanted to play for Everton because in the academy system I'm talking about, because one of my best mates is there, Jordan Barrow, and I could literally walk to training within 10 minutes for my mum and dad. So it was just a perfect setup. But then it wasn't to be. I'd signed at Blackburn. I
think he's defo knew there. He's defo knew that he's on his way.
I know. I've never asked him either. As good of a relationship I've got with him now, I've never brought myself to ask him that question.
Oh, well, he might see this, lad. You never know, and give you an answer.
I know, but I wouldn't change it anyway now. Going back at the Blackburn school was unbelievable, which we'll come on to in a minute, I'm sure.
Yeah, I was going to say, Blackburn is a massive club, lad. Did you feel pressure when you were signed there?
Felt pressure when my first game was a trial game against Man United at their training ground, and I absolutely froze. Like, this is what I mean with Blackburn. The way they struggled and that, I just wasn't ready. I just freeze because I was so keen to impress, but so scared of failing because it's all I wanted. So I went to Blackburn and I played, and I was a centre mid always. But this guy, Terry, he see me straight through me and he said, "You're centre back, and that's where we see you. If you're going to earn a contract, we're going to play you there." So it was my first time centre back, and I just remember freezing, like, I think I was 14 at this point, and I just giving straight passes away, simple passes, and I just remember thinking, if these don't want me, then where I'm going to go here. And then,
did you have the height? Did you have the height at 14?
Yeah, I was always in school. That's why I was always probably known as, well, loads of people from like under 7s right through till I reckon 13 or 14 always thought I was underage. The amount of battles my dad and my granddad had with other parents fighting the cause that I'm their age group, I'm not overage. Going through, thinking back now, there was plenty of them. These other parents thinking we were cheating by me just being tall. But then everyone, I suppose, catches up with you a little bit into your later teenagers.
Yeah, they're still not catching you now, are they, lad?
No, height-wise.
Hey, what are you, 6'4", 6'5", is it?
Yeah, just over 6'4", I think, yeah. But I was always tall, and I could always hit the ball very hard from a very young age. So I think, parents, the way they are with the football, the kids' football, even still now, they just, and we're both parents as well, like, so we see it now, but they can be so pushy for their own son or daughter or whatever, can't they? And in my opinion, I'm just like, leave them to it, enjoy it. My dad was only pushy with me because he knew I wanted a career out of football. If I didn't want to do that, he'd just left me to it. But he'd just be honest with me and aggressive with me because he's seen it as he was supporting me to try and get a career in it. But if you're just playing for it, if you just thought I was playing for it just for enjoyment, which of course you play for enjoyment as well, you'd just been no different. Really, you'd just been whatever. Get on with it. If you like it, you like it. If you don't, you don't.
Yeah, he must have known. No, he must have been able to tell like that you had something. Otherwise, he probably wouldn't have pushed you. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, it's weird. But he might have said that with my brother as well because he was good, but he was the opposite to me. What the opposite was, we're always obviously very tall, but he played striker and I was always midfielder or defender, as it turned out to be. But he was always scoring goals and all that. I don't remember him being as pushy with them. But he was good in the Sunday leagues as well. He was always scoring and all that. And he was their manager, my dad. He was their age group's manager. And he just used to take the piss out of them if if someone seemed a bit scared or shit out of the tackle a little bit. He'd just pick up on things like that. But he was never like really harsh towards him the way he was with me. Maybe because he was a bit angrier than me. And he was a big lad.
How did you get over the feeling of the pressure then in games? How did you adapt to be able to play under that pressure?
I think it was just through the Blackburn. It was just them sticking with me and giving me support and belief really that I did belong in an academy system. And then once I started feeling comfortable around the lads as well, because I was only 13, 14 when I went there, not a Scouse in sight. They were all like from Manchester and mainly there was foreigners there at that age. That's where the academies were at back then. London lads who they brought in from Chelsea and stuff like that. So it was hard to settle in as a young kid. And but once I did start getting comfortable, and I knew I could hold my own then, and then that started showing performances, I suppose.
Who else was at the academy with you?
Yeah, at that age, there was a lad, Adam Henley. He went to play he made his debut at Anfield and then Old Trafford, which was unbelievable. But he's played for like Chorley or someone now.
Let's move a little bit forward then, because you ended up, as the ages went up, you ended up being the skipper, didn't you? And you got to the FA Cup, Youth Cup final.
Yeah, so when you're 16, the way the academies work in your last year of school, if they see you're going to get a scholarship and they want to give you one, they give you the letter at the start of your school year 11 to give into your school to request you miss a day of school a week to go and train full time to start getting used to it really. And I remember you went in the comp with Miss Bianca. We got a new head teacher because we went into the new school for our last year, and a new head teacher would come in with this reputation of like a proper little aggressive woman. And I remember getting a letter off Blackburn to say, look, they wanted me to stay off every Tuesday and go and train full time all day. And I was desperate for that, because just for the love of it, but to miss a day of school as well, I was made up. And then I remember handed it on the desk, and she was put her glasses on, started reading and that, and she just went, "It's absolutely amazing, well done, we'll support you with whatever you can." So I walked out that room made up, and then from the following week then I was going into Blackburn every Tuesday, every week missing school. Everyone else is in maths, science and whatever they're doing. And I'm on the minibus on the way up to Blackburn. So then under 16s were class because we had a good team. I was doing well then. I knew I was going to get a scholarship and go into it full time. And yeah, so then when I left school, what happens in Blackburn, the way they run it, they have you move up there on site, whether you live a mile away or 100 miles away. Because we actually had a lad, you don't know if you've ever been to Blackburn's training ground, but it's the way it's set out is unbelievable. So it's like a big, massive, private, posh estate. There's Blackburn's senior team centre with loads of pitches, a big indoor, 4G, a big swimming pool, a big gym, everything they've got. And then all the pitches outside, 4 or 5 pitches. And then that's where the first team and the resis at the time were based. Then you'd come out to the Lecky Gate, you'd turn left, go past a load of lovely houses on a private estate, which I think the club owned a lot of, down a little hill, and that's where the academy was then. It's like a smaller building, with a gym and a canteen, meeting rooms, physio rooms, all that, changing rooms, and then outside, I think there was 8 pitches there and a big sand pit for the injured recovering. So, but overlooking the academy bit was like, it looks like 2 big houses, but the rooms, the way they done it was into digs. So you'd have 5 people, five of the scholars in each of the houses, and I got my own room. Because there was one room, what was a single room, and I requested it, and I got it, and it was made up. So we had a boss little setup. I had a little PlayStation and that there. So when I went there then, when did we finish school? June, say, and then I went up to Blackburn then from July, after I just left school.
And you were living there then?
I was living there, yeah. Best thing that can happen, I think, for someone coming out of school in the academies. Sorry, on to the youth team, what you mentioned about.
Yeah, the cup final and that. That must have been some journey, lad.
Well, the way it works, the first year scholars and the second year scholars, in my opinion, at that age, sometimes the second years, even though it's only a year's difference, 16 to 17 or 17 to 18, it can still be a little bit of physicality difference in that small year. So in the youth team, usually it's mainly full of second years, which it was, but I was straight away into the youth team. I was playing with, I think there was only 2 of us, 2 or 3 from my year group, was straight into the under-18s with the older lads. But then at that point, sometimes in the youth team, you were allowed to see overage players, and Big Sam Allardyce, or whoever it was at the time, they wanted someone to get fit who was coming back for the reserves to play for the academy. So that take up spots sometimes. But lucky enough, I was all right, because the lads in my position, who were a couple of years older than me, Phil Jones, Dan Stanley, they were always pushing for the first team straight away. So I was all right. I always nailed down my slot. I was playing left side of centre back, and I was playing all the games. I just always feared that if you played Liverpool or Man United, because them 2 games were on telly, Man U TV and Liverpool TV, I always thought, I hope no one comes down from the first team, the reserves, to play in this game, but it's them. I think all my mates can watch on Liverpool TV, boss.
So you must have been like standing out at your age there, because you were captain, weren't you, for the final?
Yeah, so that was the second year then. So my second year, we got a boss team together. We brought a few Irish lads in, a few Scandinavians, a couple of lads who'd been released at Man United, and then we had a really good team. And they signed 2 lads from Sheffield United as well. It's mad the way they used to do it. The scouting was good. So it worked for us, because we won the league. So what happens is, the winners of the Southern League and the Northern League, we won our league with like Man City, Liverpool, Everton and all that in. And down south, there was like the league of Chelsea, Arsenal and all that. So that down south league, Fulham won it, because Fulham always had an unbelievable team in every age group. So we won our league, and then we were on the youth cup run, which we lost in the final. Yeah, but I was the captain. And then after the youth cup, I think it was after the youth cup, we played at Stamford Bridge in the final, had 1 leg at Ewood Park. It was a 2-legged final. But I think
that against Chelsea.
Yeah, so in the youth cup we got an easy start against like Thurrock Town. We won 8-0. Then we beat Coventry 2-0. Then we beat Stoke 1-0. Then we beat Newcastle in the quarters at St James's in extra time. Scored in that game. Semis with Burnley. That was unbelievable, that.
It's a derby, isn't it?
Yeah, big derby, because Blackburn were in the Premier League for so many years and Burnley were in the Championship for so many years. How it's changed now. And they hadn't played each other for years. So they built this FA Youth Cup semi-final to be like a big thing in the city, and it was. We played them in Halewood Park first leg, which we won 1-0. There was like 18,000 there in Halewood Park. Murder after the game and all that, like, because they hadn't played each other for ages, they wanted to get at each other.
Must have been good, that lad.
Yeah, it was boss, but we froze a little bit. We won 1-0, but everyone froze a bit. Like, it was just a dead scrappy game, just because we weren't used to that attendances at that age. And then the week after we played them at Turf Moor at Burnley, we were getting police escorted in and everything. Like 17 years old, it was mad. People throwing stuff at the buses. I had a load of coaches coming from Halewood round Liverpool. There was like 50 odd people coming from mates and family. And we won that game 3-1, and I scored a free kick to make it 2-0. And I just slid on my knees in front of all the away end. Again, it was like 15,000 there. And the only person I remember seeing was my brother on the seat. It was mad in like saying, just in a full away end. It was class. And then that finished 3-1. I scored the second to make it 2-0. And then there was another, they scored a consolation, I think that's 3-0. And then we went and played Chelsea then. Unlucky for us that the away game was first at Stamford Bridge. Fancied us like proper. And we missed 2 unbelievable chances at 0-0. And then we lost, ended up losing 4-0 and winning the second leg 1-0. But their team was ridiculous. They had like £27 million worth players at that.
Have any notable names?
Nathaniel Chalobah, wherever he is now.
Oh yeah, is he just gone back to Chelsea? He was on loan at Palace. Is that him?
Yeah, no, that's his brother.
Is that his brother, Trevor?
Yeah, Trevor, yeah, that's his brother. But this Nathaniel kid, his brother was like, he was the known player. I'd say him and Raheem Sterling were the known players around our age group. Like, everyone in the country knew them. They had the Nike sponsorships.
Yeah.
They were playing for England. Under 18s at like 14, 15. They were just ahead of everyone at that time. And then they had some Brazilian winger, which they paid like 7 million for, Lucas Piazon. The goalie, Jamal Blackman, he's gone on to do well. Islam Farouz, up front. Honest to God, he was up to about me shit. But there was like videos of him, how rapid and sharp he was, but there was videos of him like bouncing up and running through people's legs. It was mad how small and sharp he was. And then they had like Ruben Loftus-Cheek and that on the bench.
Really, yeah?
Yeah, he was on the bench in one of the legs. But Chelsea, that's what Chelsea do. They had them mad money at the time. They used to just buy foreigners.
Yeah.
Just put them straight into the academy. They just like the academy system and winning thing.
So after that cup final then, you went on a few loan spells, lad. Rochdale, Fleetwood, Chesterfield, Tranmere. What was that like going out on loan?
It was organised pretty early because we'd done so well in the Youth Cup, which is a big thing for academies. We won the league as well. And then we had a league playoff against the Southerners. It was Fulham who won their league. And we lost 2-1. And Craven Cottage, that was just a one-legged final. So I'm assuming we had a good name for the academy and players coming through. And then what happens then is you get kept on, which is we did. I signed a 2-year professional contract at the end of that season. You basically move up to the other senior training centre I was telling you about before. It's 2 different bits. Yeah. You move up with the reserves then in the first team. But I knew straight away I was going to go out on loan because the club had pushed for it, because the best case scenario for your development. And I understand that straight away, to be fair, to go and play in. Because we had played in them crowds in the Burnley semi-finals. I think I wanted to stay at playing. I wanted playing a crowd straight away, whatever level it was at, for the atmospheres and stuff. So I went to Rochdale. That was sorted dead early. My agent knew John Coleman, who was the manager at the time. So went out to Rochdale for 6 months, and yeah, it was class. There was loads of scousers there. Yeah, it was
The difference. What was the
Oh,
difference like in training facilities and that, lad?
yeah, when I turned up, but I knew they weren't going to be as good, as I mean.
Yeah.
So I weren't bothered by that. The pictures and that were terrible. We were training on Salford Junior at the time, and there was just when we'd turn up, there was just full of geese there. So when we'd go onto the pitch, they all flew off. It was just full of geese shit then. So that was a nightmare. But I just seen it as the games I was there for, not really how good the training pitch and that was. And it was only half an hour down the road. Salford Juniors just down 62 and you're there. But yeah, it was boss. I was playing every game, every week. Made my debut. My league debut, actually, was against Northampton, and he was the striker at the time. Big ass and February. But he was on the bench. He never come on that game. They had another absolute unit up top, someone Platt. Yeah, so that was my league debut. But my actual debut for them professionally was in the cup against Barnsley. And we lost 4-3 in extra time. John Stones played that game. He played right back. And then I played every game then up until Christmas when I went back to Blackburn. Then our resi manager's mate got the Fleetwood job, Graham Alexander. So I don't know if that was something to do with them for him wanting to take me on loan. That was good. They would just come up. They'd just been promoted from non-league, and they had there was a lot of talk about them with all the money they've been investing in. They sold Jamie Vardy the year before or the year or two before to Leicester, so there was loads of money into the club. They were doing everything right. And yeah, I think I played the last 13, 11, 12, 13 games for them for the second half of the season. But it was mad then because I was going from travelling around the country to stadiums who I'd already played to Rochdale because it was the same season. So I was going down to London to play them again. Then I was going somewhere else to play them again. It was weird.
Were they in the same league as Rochdale?
Yeah, this was both League Two at the time. Rochdale had just got relegated and Fleetwood had just come up.
Did you end up playing against Rochdale?
No. Yeah, I did, yeah.
What was that like?
It was mad. It's because in the January, the Rochdale managers left. And they brought in, he was like a legend there at the time, Keith Hill. And then they just changed loads of players, but there was only one or two who I played against who was there when I was there. Even though it was the same season, there was that much of a turnaround. And they beat us actually, I think, that day. Yeah.
Where did you go after that? Fleetwood, with that Chesterfield then?
Yeah, but that's a new season then. So at the end of that season, I knew I was going on loan again. Blackburn had been relegated at this point, by the way. So Blackburn had been relegated after our good year in the youth team, the youth cup and stuff. So Blackburn got relegated. They sacked Sam Allardyce, the new owners, and it just all went mad from there because they were established top 10 club. They're actually Indians, the owners, the Venkies. So they sacked Allardyce and then everything just fell apart. So I knew, I either thought I'll get a chance because Blackburn had been relegated in the championship. They were hanging around and that. Or I'll get no chance. They'll just spend loads of money again through the parachute payments and all that. And they'll want to stay back up and they'll have no time for youngsters. So as soon as it was mentioned as a loan to me, I just said yeah because I knew I weren't going to get a look in. So that second season, I went to Chesterfield. Manager was a scout at Paul Cuff. And I wanted to go. I was wanting to go for like a week. But we were, the club at the time pushed me to go to Bury. And I didn't want to go. I wanted to go to Chesterfield because on paper, they looked well better as a team and a squad. I didn't bother about moving, staying up in Derbyshire for a few nights a week because it was too far to travel every day. And they were pushing to get it done. And the reserve team managers kept saying to me, no, these might want you. Just because it's easier for them to go to a game half an hour away than 2 hours maybe. Anyway, whatever happened with Bury never happened, so it made up and I went to Chesterfield and it started off on fire because we played a pre-season friendly, the last one before the league, and I got man of the match and all that against Sheffield Wednesday, and then I was in then. Started the season on fire, we were winning, and then a couple of games in, I think I made a mistake or I had a bad game, and then the managers took me out and put the older lads in there. And that was the first time really I'd got dropped for more experienced lads, where you don't understand it when you're younger because you think you're there to play, but if a manager's fighting for 3 points every week to try and get out of the league for promotion, he wants people who he knows really and he can trust. And I'm not saying he didn't trust me at the time, I'm just saying he had his team in his head what he wanted to play. Just 2 centre backs and that's what he went with.
Was that tough to take, or was he sound with you and did he explain it to you?
No, he was boss with me. He wanted to sign me permanently. He was like, look, you come here, I've already seen what you can do. You'll play and we'll sell you on. You don't want to go back to Blackburn and just hang around. And I actually met him face to face after my loan had ended to do this. But he'd actually played me right back in other games when I got dropped out of the team, centre back. I was 19, going on 20. And then he played me right back for a few games. I was just made up to be playing. We had a boss team, a boss set of lads. Blackburn got a new reserve team manager again because the first team manager changed again. He was just going in merry-go-rounds. They got me back because they didn't want me. They said I weren't playing as many games. But I remember saying to them, I feel like I'm improving because they're putting time into me. I'm not playing every single week. I played the first year for a young kid. But I felt like I was learning and getting better, even with the training there, because he was a good coach.
Was he still involved in you on match day, even though you weren't in the first 11? Yeah, you were in the squad, like.
Yeah, I was still in and around it and all that. And then the Blackburn just weren't having it. They just like, no, you're coming back and you can stay in here with us and see what happens. And that's what I've done then. So I went back and I went to Tranmere, played the game, and I'd got a hernia, needed an operation for that, keyhole operation.
So you ended up back at Blackburn. When you were training with the Resis, did you ever train with the first team there?
Yeah, I was training with the first team loads, yeah.
Anyway, yeah.
There was,
who was there? Like, I always remember you saying that Gamps Pedersen was like a beast, wasn't he, in the gym and that?
Yeah, for someone with such a basic frame, you wouldn't think the strength he had in the gym on the weights. He was a machine, yeah.
He was a good player, mate, as well, wasn't he?
Yeah. Well, my first experience with the first team was must have been 16 when Sam Allardyce was still there. So I used to always get taken up. Always, I was chosen for the 11v11 against the first team just because of my height. Whether it was me replaying someone for the opposition team as a striker or as a centre back, they just wanted me up there as my height. And one of my first games up there for them, I remember, I was on Pedersen's team. I was playing centre back. Someone giving the ball left wing. He had loads of time, and Allardyce went put it back post. So he's got it out, his feet locked up, went to whip it in, and he's whipped it too hard, and it got intercepted at the front post. And Allardyce blew his whistle. He don't know why he had a bib in his hand, lashed the bib on the floor, and went, "That's not fucking back post, you fucking idiot!" Just screamed and went mad at him. But that's just the way it was then. But as a young lad, you freeze a little bit thinking, oh, I hope I don't do something wrong here.
Yeah, you must have been fucking bottling it a little bit, lad.
Yeah, but it was just mad to be around.
What were they like? Were you the first team players? Were they good to you?
Yeah, they were very good, yeah. All of them.
Who else did they have back then?
What was that?
Who else did they have back then?
There was David Dunn there, Ryan Nelson, Chris Samba, Gail Give, Pedersen, and then Elijah Juve, that Chimponder. Actually, I broke that Chimponder's nose, remember him? Pascal Chimponder.
Yeah, I think isn't he the manager of Schem now, lad?
That's saying no way, I'm not that, isn't he?
Yeah, sure he's still I know he's sure he got the job, like, I don't know if he's still here, but...
Yeah, that rings a bell, I myself, but yeah. And he had a good career, played for Wigan, I don't know if he had a spot on him. But anyway, he comes to Blackburn, and I didn't know he wasn't well liked. But they were doing set pieces, and again, I was in there because of my height. And I'm just a young kid trying to get my head on things and get noticed. Because Allardyce loved big lads. I remember clearing an header, and sometimes you connect, your elbows are up, your arms are up, you're not aware of it, just natural body movements. And I've turned around, this Chimwander's on the floor, like holding his nose. And he's mouthing off to me in is French language. But we had good senior players there then. He was sort of like laughing a bit. But I didn't want to laugh because this fella's raging with me. I remember walking off afterwards into it. And Big Sam Allardyce was behind me, and he used to shout, don't know if he knew my name, he was like, big lad. That you, that? Did you cause that, all that up there? And I just sort of just shook my head and thinking, he's raging with me here. And he went, what are you about to? He's all right. You're a big lad, aren't you? You've got to clear things. It made me feel from that big to just, the weight off my shoulders that he weren't asked that I'd done it. Yeah. And obviously I never meant to. Just went to clear the ball. It was just an accident. I've had it done to me loads of times on my nose. It just happens in the position and the nature of the game. But yeah, they were all good with the young lads. Then there was old Danny Murphy coming, Scott Dan, Scouser, Bradley Orr, Scouser. Who else were good with all the lads? Santa Cruz and Michel Salgado, they were all good with the players. That Salgado, he was an absolute maniac. He was a crazy guy, yeah. In his training, he trained like a madman. But
he went there late on, didn't he? Like towards the end of his career.
Yeah, you could see he was finished. We were ball boys for the Premier League games when we were 16.
Yeah.
So we had to ball boy every home game, which I was made up about, by the way, because you were watching Premier League live close up. Although I'll tell you a story about Gerrard in a minute. But we were watching them games dead close up, and you could see Salgado was finished. It was actually cruel. It was cruel on the way average Premier League players were making him look like. But he was 37, 38. He didn't have his pace no more. And if you don't have pace in them wide areas as a defender, I suppose you can get exposed. But he was good. He was dead good. You would never have thought he'd won all of the leagues and Champions Leagues. He'd won. He was dead down to earth. But we had a young Spanish lad in our youth team, and he was always on him, making sure he was training properly and all that. He was always screaming at him in Spanish. And the young Spanish lad, Hugo, I think he missed home a lot. So he struggled with confidence and stuff, but he was always on, trying to make sure, like, this is the level, you've got to train properly, otherwise you'll end up nowhere. And that's what happened.
Shame in it, lad. So what's the story about Gerrard then, lad?
Oh, yeah, so we were ball boying against Liverpool. Hodgson was the manager. Roy Hodgson was a legend. I went out my way to go and stand by him, and he was speaking to me like he was a colleague. He was like, it depends what Liverpool turns up tonight. We could blow these away, or it could be a tough game. And I was only 16, thinking, why is he speaking to me like this? Told him I was a Liverpool fan and stuff. And then I was waiting for Liverpool to run in from the warm-up. So Gerrard obviously led them back in. Took a bib off like that. And I went, Stevie, can I get your top after the game? Thinking he'd recognise the Scouse accent, and he just looked at me and just carried on running. And I know he's in zone for the game and all that. But then I didn't want to ask him after the game because he missed a penalty. Blackburn won the game.
That's mad. That I seen that clip today.
Yeah.
And his guys are over.
Yeah, over the bar, yeah.
That's mad. That was on Facebook this morning.
Yeah. It must have been so many years ago to the day or something then.
It must be, yeah.
A freezing cold night it was, Tuesday night or something like that. I think the Liverpool lost the game. It might have been a draw, but Gerrard missed the penalty. And I thought someone asked him after the game. I've asked him before, he wasn't interested. But yeah, devastated. I was thinking this, I'll get Gerrard's top here, show it off to the lads. It never happened. Cut it.
Lad. It's a shame, that lad, isn't it? So after that, you've gone on loan to Morecambe, and then you've ended up having a good little spell on loan at Morecambe, and then you've made that permanent, haven't you?
Yes. Well, I went there for like the last 10 games on a loan, and then ended up signing permanently. Stayed there for 2 or 3 years with Jim Bentley as the manager. Again, playing every week. So it was perfect. 20 years of age or something it was when I first started there. And then played like over 100 games for them all together.
Yeah, I think I've got 111 games, like 2 goals.
Yeah, it was something like that. Should have had more goals, like, but yeah, that was good 3 years there.
I remember when you first signed there, lads, when you signed there properly, you done your hand in, didn't you?
Yeah.
So you had to miss, what did you miss, 2 months of the season?
It was mad that, weren't it? Just for a finger injury. So
How did that affect you? Fucking mentality, like? So now,
yeah, because it was just just the end of pre-season. So I don't know if it was Scam or Bearscope. It was one of them games. It was, I don't know, pre-season game. I just went on, fell on my arse and then looked up and my finger was just hanging out. But because of the operation they had to do and they were like, saying they had to put wires in it and stuff, they said you can't have contact for 4 to 6 weeks. I was like, surely there's another way you can do it. So I don't have to miss games. It's a finger.
yeah.
Like, no, if you've got wires in it, you can't. No chance. So I think I missed like 3 or 4 weeks. So I had to get match fit again then. So that was a bit of a slow start. And when but once I started playing then, and most week in, week out.
Good group of lads there, lad.
Yeah. Well, there's a few Scousers there. Other travelled in with people. It can be a bit of an hard journey every day on traffic and that, just over an hour it was at the time, but there's a new road now, what's made it a lot easier. Take like 20 minutes off it, but we weren't there at the time. But yeah, that was good for just to have a manager who was Scouts and knew I played in the same position as me to help me go forward.
I just want to touch on while you were at Morecambe, you were voted player of the season, mate. Your players player and fans player.
Yeah, my last season there, yeah. So I was coming out, it was a good timing really, because I was coming out of contract and I wanted to move on. I wanted to try and play at a high level, and the club knew that as well. So they were all pretty good things to have coming to the end of the season, good athletes to have. And then it come well really, because all the teams who were promoted out of our league wanted to take me. So it turned out Plymouth was to pay the money. I say pay the money was because even though I was out of contract on a free, one in England, I don't know what the rules are now, but if you're under 24, you can't just leave for free. The club you're at are due to compensation. By however long you're there, they can claim compensation each year to say they've progressed you. And that's what happened. I don't know what the fee was, but Plymouth had to pay a fee, and I was made up to go down there then.
It's a massive club, innit, down there? Then?
Yeah, absolutely huge. People don't realise how big it is until you go down there and go to a game, I suppose. It's just so isolated down there. It's only them down there. The nearest away game when I was there, usually the Exeter was like an hour away, but they were always in the league below. So after that, it was Bristol. The Bristol teams are like 3 hours away. That's the closest away to it. It's mad, that, isn't it?
It is mad, lad. What was it like moving away from home? I know you've done a bit at Blackburn in the digs there, but what was it like then actually fucking having to move to the arse end of fucking England?
I couldn't wait for it, I think it's because I'd had a taste for I've seen it can benefit you. I accepted very early on that if you have to move away, I'll happily do it.
Yeah.
And there's nowhere really better to go and live somewhere down south like Plymouth, because it's a dead nice city right on the coast, right on the water. Plenty going on there. A nice little nightlife. Loads of stuff going on in the day. When it's a sunny day, like in the summer, you'd know no difference if you were in Spain at the time. Just got this thing called Plymouth Hull and Plymouth Barbican, where it's like a big massive hill just full of greenery. Loads of like little coffee shops, cafes, all overlooking the sea. It's dead nice. And it's just good, nice, the nice people down there, and nice feeling down there. Just a nice place to live. Yeah, I just fell off the 2 years down there.
Was there any Scousers in there when you moved down?
No, when I went down, there wasn't. Like my first year.
Did you know anyone?
Oh, no, only through playing against them. I wouldn't say I knew anyone. It's a street when I went down there. But I weren't bothered then. I was 22 or 23 at the time, and I just I don't care whether you like it or not. That's more when you're younger, 16, 17 and that, but I was going down to play. I weren't bothered what the lads were like and that. I had my own little flat. Kept myself to myself for a bit. A little group together then, where we go for, League One, yeah.
League One, I've got 61 games, 8 goals.
Yeah. What's
and,
that?
Yeah.
Yeah, so I think Wikipedia sometimes only counts your league games, so that doesn't. Yeah, because on me Dundee United one, I think it says like 90 something, and it's like 112.
Yeah. Well, when
Yeah.
you moved to Plymouth and you got the nice move, fucking unfortunately, lad, not long after that, you got the fucking TC, didn't you?
Yeah, so that was... So signed there in the August, and we had a mad start of the season. We were battering teams, playing dead well, but then someone gets sent off. We had like 7 red cards in a row in games. It was mad. I was one of them. But everything, we were doing everything, just not getting results. And then we turned the corner then. Come around November, we went on like a 9-10 game unbeaten run. And then started the new year off again well. So we were like 13 games unbeaten. Played the game New Year's Day against Walsall. Then I went for my scan the day after, 2nd, because I just thought, I just didn't feel right when I was like feeling around and stuff, what I was told to do. And it was sore. So I went and got a scan. And the man in the private hospital was like, this is abnormal. So I was like, I didn't even know what abnormal meant at the time. So I was like, I just probably thought he meant it was normal. And then he goes, I'll be in contact with your club doctor in the next couple of hours. So I was like, sound. Come out, get in my car, had a Barney with the parking ticket fella, because he said he wouldn't give me a ticket, and then I caught him in my mirror as I was driving off, getting a photo. So I drove back and had a bit with him. And then in the meantime, my phone was calling. It was the club doctor asking me to go in the stadium. So I was like, sound. I think that's weird because the team are off today. So I went into the stadium and that, and he just sat me down straight away and said, Sam's come back as cancer. So I was like, did he know that at the time, fella in the hospital? He's like, yeah. He didn't know straight away. He said it was abnormal. He said, yeah, an abnormal finding in the scan. So I said, what does that mean? He said it means the worst case scenario. It's not normal. So I was like, all right, yeah. Didn't even hit me. Didn't even, like, once it didn't bother me, obviously it didn't. It didn't digest with me for a while. So I was like, well, what happens now then? So he was like, we need to tell the manager. We need to call the manager to come in. And the manager at the time, Derek Adams, he's an awkward man to talk to. The doctors rang him and said, can you come down to the stadium, blah, blah. Rocked up to the stadium. And the doctors was like explaining what's going on. And the manager's just like this, there's nowhere to look and stuff. So the doctor was like, look, let's sleep later on the phone, go home, speak to your family and stuff. I was like, I'm not going to tell my family. And the manager, first thing the manager was like, you have to tell them. I was like, why? So they're down in Liverpool at the minute, it's just going to cause unnecessary feelings. But down there, one of my dad's good mates, who I've become good mates with, is from down there. And he lived there, so I'd always meet him on days off for a butty and stuff. But it was wrong. It was, the way I was thinking was stupid, really, because they knew I was going for a scan, so they were going to ask what was going on. So I said to my mate Gareth, who lived down there, told him everything what had gone on, and it was good, really, because he'd been through it himself. He'd had
Oh, really, yeah?
He'd been through prostate cancer, not testicular. It was different for him, but he sort of knew what could come next. So we were having a butty and that in the coffee we liked, and I told him what had gone on, and the fellas, Gareth, got dead upset. So then I told him, I was like, look, I might tell mum and dad and stuff, yeah. And he was just like, look, I'm good mates with your dad, I can't hide this from them. I was like, sound, fair enough, I'll speak to them. He said, yeah, you speak to them first, and I'll speak to them. So then I rang them then at home, told them what was going on, and then they just couldn't give it in shock a bit. They couldn't really take it well. But they were coming down that weekend because we were playing. Whoever it was, the doctor rang me again that night after I spoke to my family, my mum and dad and stuff. And he was like, look, we've got 2 situations here. The main man who dates us, the surgeon, isn't going to be in for another 9 or 10 days. Or you can go with someone else and get the surgery we've not really worked with before.
So this was all happening really quick, was it?
Yeah. This is all in the space of probably 48 hours. But there was a lot going on because I agreed with the doctor and the manager that I didn't want to tell the players yet. Let's just see what happens until when I speak to the hospitals. So when I spoke to this surgeon fella and stuff, he was like, we can get him in this day, in a couple of days, no problem, get it done. And then we can observe the tumour and stuff. But when the doctor said, the surgeon who they trust, who's one of the best, had come back with it a few days later. I was like, no, I'll just wait. I'll just wait for them. And just, if it's all right with the manager, I'll just keep saying it. And played in these next 2 games. So the doctor and the manager were like, look, we can't do that with what's going on and stuff. I was like, no one has to know. The players don't have to know. I'm not going to tell no one. And it sort of like went quiet a bit and they've looked at each other. And then they said they'll have a think about it. Just saying today is normal. Keep it to ourselves. So then the manager pulled me back then and said, look, if you want to play, that's up to you. I said, well, yeah, you'll be playing. Sort of made up, Sam, but on a good run. We were flying up towards the playoffs. And I remember who that game was against. We beat someone 3-0. Anyway, whoever it was, we pumped them 3-0. Played dead well in that. 3-0 clean sheet was made up. And my mum and dad and all that will come down the 94 on the Friday. Obviously got a bit upset and stuff. But then my auntie and uncle, they were also coming down. They'd all planned this before they knew what was going on. So they'd all come down. And I'd played the game, which was good. Trained again. The next few days was normal. Then went to Doncaster. We played Doncaster away, which I knew was going to be my last game then. Because on the Thursday, I got my date for my surgery. Was the week after. So I knew this was going to be my last game. So then in Doncaster, because we weren't far from home, Doncaster, I'd always go home after the away games in the North West. Rather than go back to Plymouth, I'd go home for the night or 2. And then I'd either fly back on the Sunday night from Manchester to Exeter, or I'd get the train. Or if someone could take my card, they'd take my card and I'd drive it back. So I went on after that night, but we drew the game 1-1 with Doncaster and I scored the equaliser late on. And then after the game, when I come out of the stadium, it was mad. I knew my mum and dad were coming, and my brother, I think. But I knew my uncle and my cousin were coming because they work on the railways and they had an office in Doncaster, so they were like, yeah, we'll come there. And then when I come out the game, out the stadium after, my nan was there. My nan had never been to a game in her life.
No way.
Ever. She'd always get too nervous in case someone gets hurt or something. So then I got to go home with all them then. I had my surgery day and stuff ready.
At the time you're playing these games, lad, and you know you've got testicular cancer, footy can take your mind off everything, can't it?
Yeah.
So was that easy to just forget about for those games?
Or
was it still on the back? Was it still there, like, fucking hell?
Yeah, because it was easy, because I had the knowledge of the doctors and the surgeons saying that a few days at Exeter isn't going to harm you. If you want to wait for the surgeon an extra few days, it's not going to be the end of the world, it's not going to kill you. So like, sound, happy days, as long as I've got that knowledge and peace of mind from years. I want to play these next 2 games and have my surgery on that date when he's back. And to be fair, I don't know if another club would do that, or let you do that, for insurance reasons and all that, but they would class the club, the way they let me do that, and didn't tell no one. It was only me, the manager, the doctor, and the owner, and chief executive, who knew. Obviously my family as well. But none of my mates knew, all my closest mates found out on Talksport and that. Because I didn't want to tell no one. I didn't want to bring someone up and go, oh, get on this, blah, blah, blah. I weren't going to do that, so... I
can't remember how I found out. I think I found out, like, it wasn't on Talksport, but it was something similar, and my guts just sank, lad.
Yeah. That's what everyone says.
Fuck off, you're joking. There's no way.
That's what everyone says. So I went in for my surgery, a Tuesday or a Thursday, something like that. Dead early, 7:30. My mum and dad dropped me off into the Aussie. And I woke up to a nurse, or whatever she was, like, singing in my room. And do you know the way you're a bit mad when you wake up off anesthetic? I wasn't at this time. I just said, I remember saying to her, take it when we're all right then, take it went well. And she just started laughing, said, can I get you a cup of tea and whatever. So I was dead comfortable on that. And I'd got my phone back an hour or so after. And it was just ding, 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 Twitter, WhatsApp, iMessage, all like your mates, and it went mad then. It went all over social media, like all clubs speaking about it, Talksport and all that. Charities trying to get in touch with me. Literally, I just woke up, people trying to sort like stuff out. So just applied to me, my mum and dad and brother and that, and me mates. yeah, so it's just mad. Like, what's this? I've on Talksport and I've just heard this. What's going on? And then, but at this time, while I was asleep, Plymouth had released the statement because they were obviously Plymouth were going to be the first to do it.
Yeah.
Because the only ones who knew. They just put a statement out saying Plymouth Argyle can confirm Ryan Edwards' testicular cancer, blah blah. We asked the media and people to respect their privacy at this time. Just a simple one, because they asked me, did I want it to come out? I was like, yeah, I'm not bothered if it comes out. He just said, yeah, no, we've got to ask you these things to see what you're comfortable with, because we've got a duty of care and all that. I was like, yeah, just don't hide nothing, put it out.
So the club proper supported you well there, haven't they?
Yeah,
They got
it was good,
excellent. Yeah. And the supporters as well, like, weren't they? They were belters for you, weren't they?
Yeah, but them fans down there are unbelievable anyway, just for the mileage they do. But yeah, they supported me a lot there. So I had my surgery. It was a Thursday, actually. I remember now. It was Thursday, the 18th of Jan. And then I'd come out later that night, could hardly walk, had a limp and stuff. But I said that we were going to go to the game on the Saturday. We were playing Wigan at home, top of the league, and we were going for the playoffs in the best. We were top of the form table. We were flying. So 40 beat these, like, we're going to be going, like, flying off the league. And I was against one of my old managers, Paul Cuff. So I said to my dad, look, I'll come with you, I'll go to the game with you Saturday. He's like, see how you are, blah, blah. I was like, so I'm limping a little bit. I can be sound, we'll get tickets and sit in the box fit and stuff where it's comfortable. He's like, yeah, all right. And then on the game, when I've got there, there's like the groundsman put like a number 5 in the pitch, number 5 at the time. All the lads come out for the warm-up and Edwards stuff. And then on the 5th minute of the game, they just started like clapping and singing my name and stuff. And there was like all bit of like confetti and stuff going off. It was a packed ground. Like they always fill the stadium out. But yeah, I was good to be there for that.
That put a lump in your throat.
No,
being there, witnessing that, was you like,
it's mad to say. I wanted and that with centre of attention. I'm complete, like anything like that. I am sat with. So I was just like following where the ball was going really, and everyone just stood up like clapping, even like people next to me, and I'm like, oh, this is awkward this. But no, it's boss support, I suppose. It was the way they looked after me was good. And I went home then after that for a few weeks.
How was the recovery?
Horrible. That was the only horrible bit of recovery with chemo. So I went home after the knee surgery. I had to wait a couple of weeks while they biopsy the tumour to see what the plan is next. And then once they found out how aggressive it was and stuff, the tumour, they wanted to chemo me and stuff. So then me nursing staff who I was assigned to Plymouth in the hospital, they transferred everything privately down to people from Spire, I think they were, in Liverpool, just so I could be comfortable at home in my own house and have people around me who are needed. So once they found out how aggressive it was and stuff, they wanted to do the chemo and all that, as I say. And they sorted it out so I could have all my treatments at home rather than go to hospital, which was so helpful. So the nurses had come out, I think it was like 3 or 4 weeks worth. They come out 3 times a week and literally just be sat here like this with drips all day. And that's what makes you sick. Like lose your hair and feel sick and stuff. And lose your weight, your strength.
What was you feeling at that point then, lad, when you're losing weight, you're looking in the mirror and your fucking hair's falling out? Are you still feeling the worst there, or are you like, do you know you're on the mend?
No, I knew I was on the mend, and I was just comfortable in terms of I was only 23, but I was comfortable that I knew I had another year contract left, so I couldn't get forgotten about, sort of thing. My worst fear was getting forgotten about in the football because we were flying, and I was doing well. And the plan was to try and move on again. As much as I liked it down there, but that was the worst fear of missing out on games and wins and win bonuses and stuff like that. And I just didn't want to miss an opportunity to try and better myself in football, and that's what I was scared of more than anything else.
So you come back, you've managed to beat the cancer, recover. Is that all 3 months worth of graft, and then you're back playing? Is that right?
Yeah, so I started chemo in February till April. A couple of 2 or 3 days a week. The first week's the hardest because they're the longest days. Because they don't just put chemo into you, they've got to try and keep you hydrated with like magnesium, potassium, all these type of drips, what you don't really understand at the time. If they keep needing you to go to the toilet to flush your body out for the chemo to take its effect. But the chemo is horrible. As soon as that enters your body within half an hour, you can't half feel it. Your taste buds change, you just feel done in, weak. Yeah, I remember even trying to walk the dog and stuff like that was hard work.
Was it?
Remember going to Caldy's with Megan. We stopped the walk after 10 minutes because I was done in a bit. I went to straight out to try and get something to eat. Couldn't eat on. Yeah, that's what makes you sick.
So, getting back to full fitness, then, how hard was that?
Well, it was mad really. So when I got cleared in April, there was only, I don't know, 2 to maybe 3 weeks left of the season. And we'd missed out on the playoffs on the last day. So, I was doing light training then, a bit of light training. And then once we ever made the playoffs and the season was over, I'd come home and I was like, usually I'd have time off because it's a long season, but I was straight into like training and sit on my own, like circuits, proper hardcore gym stuff. Went back to pre-season, flying. And around September, October, I just remember thinking, I am absolutely exhausted here in games. 20 minutes in, I was absolutely like blown. Thinking, one game so that we were playing Burton at home. I remember thinking, 23 minutes on the clock. If a ball gets put over my head here, I am not catching whoever's running past me. Yeah, because I was just done in. And then I just had to go and get checked by the doctors and all that. And basically, people call it burnout. No, when you're like overtrained, that's what I thought I'd done. I thought I'd overtrained and stuff. But once I got the knowledge of the hospital, between 5 to 10 months after you've stopped chemotherapy, there's this thing called post-chemotherapy fatigue, what you can suffer with. And that's what I had. It's basically just where you're training back to normal as an athlete, and then it can just wipe you out again. It can just like make you feel dead unfit, and that's what I had. So I had to take another break then for 2 or 3 weeks to try and reset and get going again.
And then you ended up being captain as well?
A couple of times, not permanently. It's just when the captain wasn't playing or injured. For whatever reason, I'd step in and have the armband on certain games.
Okay, and then when your contract coming to an end there, was it the move to Blackpool?
Yeah, so after that season in Plymouth, as much as I liked it there, I just wanted to come home. I just wanted to try and play North West if I could. Work somewhere where I could stay at home. And I wanted to get my own house then, settle down somewhere. So that's what happened. Signed with Blackpool, going back to the Everton and Blackburn Academy before. He was the manager. He was first team manager at Blackpool. So he signed me there for 2 years, and then signed in July, August, whatever it was, and then got my first house in Liverpool in November. Scored on one of my first games and all that. Was doing well. And then COVID came, didn't it?
Yeah, it was not good, that COVID, lad, was it? What was the attraction in going to Blackpool? Was there anyone else in for you?
Yeah, there was other teams down, like up in Bristol. With Bristol Rovers, what was a big club at the time, met the manager and there and stuff, but Teddy was the manager of Blackpool, and I thought Blackpool, they'd just been taken over from the Oystons, so they were pumping a few quid into it. Wanted to get the club back on track, wanted to get them promoted, because the season before, when the club got taken over, there was an absolute sellout party atmosphere in Bloomfield Road because the Oystons had left. So as long as I knew there was going to be no trouble with the ownership, I was happy to sign there because it's only an hour from home with a big club. I knew players who'd been there and said how good it was if it weren't for the owners. And he had a good team, so forth. That's perfect. Suits me. Know the manager. He knows me. Big club. Ambitious. Trying to get out of the league. Happy days. That's why I fancied that.
Who was there when you were there, lad? Was Jay Spearing playing there?
Jay Spearing, yeah, he was the captain. Any other Scousers there? No, there was a lad from Southport, Massive Virtue. He'd come through Liverpool. Liam Feeney, don't know if you know him, he was at Bolton and Cardiff.
Did you have that lad from Leicester who's gone to Chelsea now? Was he there? What's his name? Dewsbury Hall.
Dewsbury Hall, yeah, he come on loan, yeah.
What was he like? Was he decent?
He was, yeah, you could see he was good.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was a bit arrogant, like. But,
was he a good lad, though?
Yeah. I suppose the arrogance wasn't a bad thing, because he was a good player. Boss left foot on him and stuff. Yeah, he was good when he came in on loan. Who else was there? Nathan Delfonso.
Nathan Delfonso, yeah.
He was there, what a lad he is. He was a dead nice lad. Now, when you get like a feeling of what you think someone will be like, you think someone will have an ego and all that.
Yeah.
That's what I just assumed about him because of where he'd been, such an early age of Villa and stuff, but he wasn't. He was a total opposite.
Proper cool kid, yeah.
Yeah, proper boss, sound lad. Yeah, so then...
How long did you do there? So got there, League One, 21 games, 1 goal. Yeah. That's just the season there, was it?
Well, the season stopped in February, I think it was, because of COVID.
Oh, for COVID, yeah. So then, did you move while COVID was still on?
Yeah, so then, after the season stopped, the team had just got a new manager and a new chief exec and all that. And the way it was going then with COVID, clubs were trying to secure their own backs financially. So this is what they said anyway, whether they wanted it or not. They just, if they were trying to get rid of someone, they blamed it on COVID and money reasons. So I was like, yeah, fine, but I'm not leaving for nothing. And then finally agreed something to leave, knowing I had Dundee United to go and sign for.
And how did that come about, that Dundee United move? Like, this is a bit of a mad one, eh?
You know what? It come across, right? It come about because the manager there was the Tranmere manager who started to sign me for Tranmere when I signed for Blackpool. So when I left Plymouth, he started to sign me. Mickey Mellon started to sign me for Tranmere, but I signed for Blackpool instead. And at this time, after COVID and stuff, he's in Scotland at Dundee United. So when he's got gist of that I could leave Blackpool, he was back on to me. And
does it stand if a manager comes in for you in the past and like you know that they've been after and they've watched it for a few years, does that make that move somewhere else different, like easier? Because you know that they've wanted you for a while.
Yeah, probably. I'd say, yeah. It depends what else you've put on the table as well. But it does help, yeah. It does help having someone you know, or you feel like knows you. The way they speak to you and stuff. And you've played against them as well, so you know if they want you, they genuinely want you. I've played against them loads of times.
And what was it like going up and living in Scotland then, lad?
Hard at first, but the Scottish football, they figured out all this COVID stuff a lot earlier than the English leagues. So they were on the ball with the testing. Not so much a social distance, and that was too hard for anyone to do, 2 meters or whatever it was.
Especially in football, like.
Yeah, I know. How can you stay 2 meters away from someone and you can't see what you're eating, or you can't eat with them, but you can go and mark someone on the pitch and a set piece of something? Doesn't make sense. But Scotland figured that out pretty quick, the testing system. So once they done that, the season was always going to be behind closed doors. That's just the way it was. So agreed my contract, got up there, was living in hotels for a bit. Couldn't view nowhere at this point really because COVID. Everything had to be online. I didn't want to go and live somewhere where I look for photos online. So I was just bouncing from hotel to hotel for a few months.
First season in the Championship, wasn't it?
No, they just been promoted.
Oh, had they? Yeah, so you went straight into the Prem?
Yeah, straight into the SPL. They'd just been promoted. So the aim really was to stay in the league, what we done comfortably. But yeah, so Christmas was coming up. And Megan was coming up with the dogs. And some of the hotels, what I was bouncing from, I was just bouncing from hotels based on places each week at this point. Anyway, Megan got in touch with this Airbnb woman and got a good deal. Well, she come up for Christmas because she said that, yeah, she come across a lovely woman, Airbnb, who owned a couple of properties. And she said, look, I'll sort you out with a good deal. You need somewhere to stay. I'm losing out on money. Let's make something work. After this, if you want to use it as a rental property, no problem. Save you hassling with the hotels. I was like, great, so got a little Airbnb, which I started renting then till the end of the season. It was just ideal. Yeah, it was just.
So that was like a little base for you then?
Yeah, I had a little base then. But all we could do was training, go home.
Yeah.
Nowhere was really open. Fees not weren't open still at this point. So yeah, so it was hard to settle in straight away because of the COVID stuff, but I loved it. I loved it up there.
Did you play in the Dundee derby? Or
Yeah, they were in the championship the first COVID year. It worked out well really because it was when they got promoted when the crowds were all allowed back in.
Oh yeah.
So after that COVID season, we had the Dundee derby to play. We had Celtic and Rangers, Parkhead and Ibrox to go to full capacity.
What were they like, lads? What the atmosphere like there?
Well, at the start of the season first, at the start of that second season, this is when I spoke about the Scotland figured it out quicker than England. What Scotland football done was allow a certain amount of people through the doors. Going off your average attendance, they'd let you have a percentage in, which was better than not. So our first game attendances were allowed back in was Rangers at home. It was live on Sky and all that. I think we were allowed we were only allowed 6,000 or 7,000 in at home. So like someone sits there, miss a seat, someone sits there, miss a seat because of the distance and thing. So that was the first taste I got of a little bit of an atmosphere up in Scotland against Rangers, and we beat them 1-0. And
The manager then?
Gerrard was the manager then. He just won the
Did you
league.
speak to him?
He said, well done to me after the game, and felt like saying, you didn't give me your shirt after that game when I was a little ball boy. Well, never.
Did you not like have a convo with you or nothing?
No. No. But I must say, we had a Scottish lad and an American lad who went on holiday in the summer to LA or Miami or wherever it was together with the girlfriends. And Gerrard recognised them. He was there. Gerrard recognised them, come over and had a proper chat with them. He said he was out of this world the way he acted with them. So fair play to him for that, but he never gave me my shirt. So, but nah, yeah, I didn't really want to try and speak to him because we just beat them 1-0. They're on the high they'd won the league in the COVID year. And they were like 47 or 48 games unbeaten or something like that. Might have been 49 and they were going for 50, you know.
And we
beat them. Yeah, to set up an unbelievable year ahead. But after that Rangers game, 2 games later at home was the Dundee derby. We had a few good games quite early on. And at this point, it was full capacity. I don't know what had changed in 2 weeks, but it was full capacity then. So that was a mad, mental game. They hadn't played each other for a couple of years because the league differences.
Was that bouncing, was it?
Oh, God, it was absolutely bouncing, yeah. 12 o'clock kick-off on a Sunday. And
yeah, I'll just get on there.
We beat them 1-0. Ian Arks, the American lad, scored 20, 30, 25 yards outside the box, put in the bottom corner. Yeah, that was a good day. 2 good home games. Pretty early on in the season.
And then European footy the season later.
Yeah, we finished 4th to get Europe, yeah. That was a boss away day, that. But, so what happened was, our second to last game of the season, we were playing Celtic at home. We both needed a point. Celtic needed a point for the league to win it, and we needed a point to qualify for Europe. So Dave went 1-0 up, and all the flares are going off and all that. It's a sellout. When you're playing at home, Celtic and Rangers get like 2 stands. They just fill it out. It's just the way the clubs do it for money. Whether your home fans are missing out, they're not bothered. And then, yes, they went 1-0 up. It was bouncer and stuff, all the smoke bombs and all that. They're about to win the league. And then we equalised. A lad, Dylan Levitt, scored a worldie for us to make it 1 each. I always remember Joe Hart started doing keepy-ups with the ball in his box in like the last 3-4 minutes. So I was like, nice. keep it there. And then their captain, Callum McGregor, and the manager was Postecoglou at the time. Absolutely went mad at him. They were like, what is you doing? Telling them to get the ball up. They weren't happy with the points to win the league. They wanted to win. So it's like, I'll just chill out. You win the league, yeah. We're winning, getting into Europe. We've got to go to Ross County in the last day. That could be a tricky away trip, that. Anyway, hung on for the points, and then they won the league then that night, and we won. We finished. But we guaranteed the Europe spot. We still had to go to Ross County, which was in the Highlands in Scotland, miles away. We had to go and get at least a point there to finish fourth, which the difference between finishing fourth and fifth was you come into Europe at a later stage. You don't have to play the playoffs.
Oh, yeah.
So we wanted to go there, and we were getting beat 1-0 for ages and scored last minute 2 goals. And the away end was packed out, and it was just like a party atmosphere after it. Back down on the bus 2-3 hours to Dundee. They put a party on in the Malmaison Hotel for us, all food and drink paid for. And then it was out in Dundee after it. It was mental. Good times.
What's the difference in the quality of football from like League One lads to Scottish Prem?
Pretty similar, I'd say. I'd say there's similarities in all the English leagues to the Scottish League, League One, the Championship. And then if people think Rangers and Celtic play in the Premier League, then it's got a bit of Premier League into it as well, I suppose. But definitely a mixture of it all. But I'd recommend anyone to go and play up there, because its exposure up there is the highest league, which can get you into Europe, which can get you to go and play abroad if you want, which is pretty harder to do from like League One. So the exposure to the individual is good.
What was it like playing in Europe then, lad?
Mad atmosphere.
Who did you play?
Ace of Alkmaar. We won 1-0 and then got humped 7-0 away. That home game, we didn't touch the ball, I don't think, for like 13 minutes, and then we got into it then, started knocking it around and creating chances and stuff. And then late on, it was 60, 70 minutes, like, with on a counter-attack, I think, and the lads put it in bottom corner, and the atmosphere that's probably the best played in, at that point in a long time. There wasn't a seat empty, and because the club hadn't been in Europe for so long, it was just like a special night, a special occasion. And they had players like you're just sold on now. They had you're good with foreign players, so you might know them. They had a midfielder, Reinders.
Oh, he's at Milan now, yeah?
Right, AC Milan now, yeah.
Yeah.
They had a striker, Palvidas, who scored against England at Wembley the other week.
Oh, for Greece?
For Greece, yeah. No one on there, that's all. They have the left back who's at Bournemouth for Liverpool after now. Kefres, whatever his name is.
Oh, he's got like a Turkish name, but he's Dutch, I think.
Yeah, speaking about him, going to Liverpool now for 50 million. He was unbelievable that night. They had a proper serious team, and then after
they've got a good academy, that AZ Alkmaar.
Yeah.
They produce some fucking good players then.
Went over there to play for the second leg. It was just mad, like going on a private plane straight into Amsterdam. Police escorted to the resort we were staying in. All the families sorted to come over privately. They'd been we've seen all the videos of all the travelling fans in the square on the ale and stuff. It was just a boss occasion.
And I'm guessing like the 7-0 AZ, and then there's a few other. They just get battered 9. Was it 9 by Celtic? And
yeah,
the wheels started falling off there. Changed the manager.
Yeah,
Back going a bit sour for you.
That was the best team of it individually we had. We signed some unbelievable players at the level, and it just started so well and just ended so bad. It was mad. You could not put your finger on it. Even like now, players have gone on to play for big clubs still, like Aberdeen's, Hibs, other places in Europe and MLS and stuff. It's just a boss group of individuals, but it just never clicked as a team, apart from a couple of occasions. It was crazy.
What do you think happened there? Do you think they'd have kept on with the gaffer that you had? These might have changed it around, but I think once you change it, lad.
Yeah, it's, I don't know, it's hard to sit back now and look and say we'd have done this if he stayed, but we didn't even suffer with even many injuries or nothing like that. Just it never clicked after that August, the end of that August. We just struggled all the way through. It was crazy. Honest to God, it was the best. My 3 years there, that was the best team of players we had easily.
Yeah.
And we qualified for Europe the year before and comfortably secured our status in the Premier League the year before that. With not the team wasn't half as good that year. It's just mad how it worked out.
So what happened, lad? Was there falling out with the manager? Because I've heard a few rumours about, I don't know if Charlie Mulgrew was getting involved and stuff.
Yeah, I don't know, a load of rumours.
And a load of shit, is it?
Yeah, all fans come out on social media. It was like, Charlie's a snake, Tony Watt's a snake, I'm a snake. As if...
Snake for what?
I don't know. I think they were trying to say, like, because Charlie had played for Celtic and all that, they were like, he's sort of ruling the club, when it wasn't the case at all. We had whatever manager we had at the time, we respected and had good relationships with. And we had a strong sporting director above that who went out of his way to do whatever we asked for. I was always having meetings with him as captain, whether we were asking for more win bonus, whether we were asking for something needs sorted in the dressing room, what we needed this piece of kit, or we needed a day off, whatever it may be, a day out, whatever I went and asked for, or the senior group went and asked for, they tried the best to do it. So I don't know why. I think it was because we had such a good team, people scratching their heads thinking, why isn't this working? Why are people not performing to how they were last season, or why aren't these new players performing what we've brought them here for? I just think people have started scratching their heads and started making up crazy rumours that Charlie was starting people. And Tony and Charlie actually fell out, and people would thought they were working together, just having managers behind the back. So it's just weird how people...
Politics of footy, lad.
Oh, and honest to God, some of this rumours you hear.
And I know you were off to think that you couldn't be arsed with all that shit, could you?
No, it does me head in. Even when you were in like the Sainsbury's or Asda up there, people are saying the rumours true, and that you just politely want to tell them where to go.
So how come, because you did find yourself out, you've gone from skipper to being benched.
At the end, yeah.
Yeah, what was the reason behind that? Did you just sit down with the manager and discuss that, like?
Yeah, the new manager come in at the end, and he just said, there's going to be a big clear out, the club's in trouble financially, and it looks like I'm staying, so I'm going to build a new team. And I just shook his hand and said, fair, no problem, fair enough. And then the next 5 games, he just never involved me. That was his decision. But it happened, I weren't the only one it happened to, do you know what I mean? I think he's when where I haven't been performing to what I should have been, I was. And he might have just come in and said, he's the captain, and make an example or whatever. And that's the way that they work. It's the way he works. No hard feelings to them. I'd actually, if I seen him, I'm sure I'd speak to him now. I would no grudges at all. And that's the way it finished the conversation. We shook hands and wished each other all the best. It wasn't sour or anything like that.
Yeah, no, I don't even think you're not the type to spit your dummy out either, are you, kids? You'd be pure.
Especially not when you know. Especially not when you know you can do better. Like, if you're performing to the level you can, and stuff like that happens, then you can sort of start asking the question, yeah, but when you feel you can be doing better yourself, you've just got to really accept it, I suppose. And for the last 5 games, I knew I wasn't going to be at the club next year. And I'd still give me all when I was playing, but he might have just thought that, you know, that I need people who want to fight for the club who are going to be here next year. I don't know what. He never said that. That's just playing guessing games.
So, you loved it up there, kid, yeah?
Yeah, I went up there. Scottish boss as well. Especially the Glasgow lads, they're pretty similar to Scousers.
Yeah, they are, aren't they?
Same sense of humours. And we had a boss, like, little coffee club and stuff like that on the go. Even we made they're good mates with Australian lads. They come over. And we go and play that Top Golf, the driving range. We go there in Glasgow, go for something to eat. We'll go and watch the footy together. That's what I mean. We had a boss tight-knit group. It just did not work on the pitch.
So who was your toughest opponent in Scotland, lad? I can remember watching you play Rangers, lad, and you nailed Morales. And there was a
Yeah,
bit of argy-bargy in that, weren't he? But
you have to be aggressive with him though, because he's always aggressive. And I've got a
yeah,
picture somewhere on my phone, and you can see him, he's swinging a punch at me. So when I'm like shielding the ball out, letting it go out, I could see him lining it up, and he caught me on my jaw, and he got booked for it. It was before VAR was there, but he'd got done for that. But in the COVID season, when I first went up there's a picture of me knee-height tackle on him, where he's got stretched off after it. But it was where I've cleared the ball, he's running towards me, and he stood just where the photo was taken, he stood on his knee, and he got stretched off. So I don't know if he had a grudge after that. He's the type who will hold a grudge, and he was quite an aggressive piece of shit. He was.
but you nailed him again, didn't you, after that? Did you get sent off? Did you get sent off for that challenge?
No. But
No.
that's what I mean. If VAR was there, then I would have, the way the game's gone now. But it wasn't there.
And you had a bit of banter with you were saying before we came on, a little bit of banter with Defoe as well.
Yeah, that was in the game we beat them 1-0 to stop the run they were on. So yeah, Defoe would come on the pitch, and I don't know if it was in police or Morelos. They were chasing the game anyway. And I don't know what's happened or whatever. Maybe I've pushed him out the way, and he's thought it was you pushing me, something like that. And I'm just laughing. Like this last few minutes, we're about to beat Rangers. So I'm just laughing my head off in his face, and he started saying, "If you push me outside on the streets, I'd fuck you up," he was saying. And that photos where I'm just laughing at his face after the reaction. And the defender behind me is laughing as well, and the foe's just looking up at me like that in front of me. And it's some photo. I don't know how someone's captured it in that moment. It's funny.
Any others who stand out, lad, that you've had a bit with? Not like not necessarily argy-bargy, but you thought, fucking hell, he's a good. I didn't expect him to be this good, mate. He's fucking give me a tough game.
I think Kyogo for Celtic was the hardest.
Is he like the little Japanese lad, is he?
Yeah, so sharp, but clever. So he just stands offside for a lot of the game. But he did under Postecoglou when he was the manager. He just go and stand offside and would not be involved. So you're always like that, looking, where is he? And then once they break your defending line with the winger, you couldn't catch him to try and get back in, so they'd square it and he'd score. But he'd just stay offside. But then if their wingers get past our fullback and they square it, he's on his own. Never mind how sharp and quick and agile and stuff like that it was. He was just so clever. So he was always the one who caused the problems. I thought he was always the hardest to play against, just through his intelligence and his physicality.
It weren't like you couldn't just fucking mark him because he's.
Yeah, but then even when you're at the ball at your feet, you just see him in the corner of your eye, just closing you down dead quick, and you're just like, who's this kid who's brought from Japan, wherever he's come from? He's just needs to relax a little bit. He needs to in your feet.
Make your life a bit easier, lad.
Yeah, it's just hard to play against.
All right, then, kid. So after the little journey in Scotland, then I know you had a few options, and you've ended up in India, kid. Is it Chennaiyin? Chennaiyin. What's it like over there, kid? Two seasons now, isn't it? Your second season over there.
Yeah, second season now. Yeah, I mean, I'm definitely happy I'd done it, because once I left Scotland and I got my first taste of someone abroad being involved, wanting to take me, I just wanted to go abroad then. My initial thoughts when I was leaving was like, I wanted to come home and live at home, because I obviously got a daughter at the time now. She was born when I was up there in Scotland, so she was born in my second season in Scotland on a Saturday. I missed the Celtic away game. We got beat 1-0. She was born like Saturday morning, early hours. At the Dundee Derby was a away game on the Tuesday. So I was going back for that, definitely. She was in hospital anyway, Megan. She was going to stay in hospital for a week because of the surgery, the C-section stuff. So she had the family and stuff around. We had a nice private room, and he looked after us quite well. So I drove up the Monday, trained, got my head down after training, got an early night, and then we were playing the away game, and I hadn't played the away game. I'd only played the home game, so I weren't missing the away game. We drew 0-0, but we should have won comfortably. But I always remember when I was doing the toss-up with the referee, Charlie Adam was their captain, but it was a derby and all that, and he's from Dundee, so he was always propping up for it.
Yeah.
He was injured for the first game, and there was this big story that he was back for the second game. So it was like, anyway, he's doing this toss-up with him, the referee and stuff. And he just shook my hand. He was dead nice. He went, "Congratulations on the newborn. Hope the wife and the little one's all okay." And I thought, fair play. And I've been sound with him ever since then. Yeah, he was just dead normal, dead respectful, and I've spoken to him since. He's since I've seen him about and stuff. So yeah. But anyway, back to moving abroad. I just wanted to move home originally, and then once I got a taste of someone being interested abroad, and thought about it a little bit, I was like, I quite fancy going abroad now.
Tell us the other options you had before we go into India.
Yeah,
one of them was unbelievable.
Yeah, I had an option to go to Turkey, and one was to go to Serbia.
Yeah, that's Serbia one, lad.
I know.
Who was that? Was that Partizan Belgrade or Red Star?
Partizan. Red Star are the bigger team, but Partizan is still a big club.
Oh, yeah.
But how that come about was because their assistant manager was the assistant manager at Hibs in Scotland in one of my seasons there.
Oh, yeah.
So we got in touch, and he wanted to do the deal. He spoke to the manager, he wanted to do the deal, but the way that it's so corrupt over there, the way they've got to go through the sporting directors and all that, sign it, who they want, not who the coaches want. I just think they make a bit of money backhanders or whatever. I was absolutely devastated. Honest to God. This was before I knew about India.
Yeah.
I was gutted at the time. I was like, I just knew it weren't going to happen when he was saying there's problems upstairs. I knew it wasn't going to happen.
Yeah, because I think we had was a Sonny's Listening.
Yeah.
So obviously the season, so you were without a club for a few months there, weren't you?
Yeah, it was September I signed in India.
Oh, was it?
Yeah. So the christening was before that, was it?
Was it? Must have been, lad. I can't remember exactly.
Yeah, so, but it was mad. So I'd come home. Obviously we had the disappointing seasons, that season in Scotland, for what the expectations were. I had come home and just tried to have a good as summer as possible. I had my best mate stag in Mexico straight away. I had a wedding. What I was best man, and then just done loads with Ivy and Megan and the baby Ivy. Just done absolutely loads because I wasn't seeing them every day. I was back and forth to Scotland, nice holidays and stuff like that. And I was just hoping at that time, before I knew about the foreign stuff, I'd live at home and be normal again. But then once the foreign stuff come up, when we fancied it, the India one, when Coyle come here, that was the one I sort of moved on.
Isn't MS Dhoni, the cricketer, is he something to do with the club, is he?
Yeah, he's like, he's on, I don't know if it's like the ownership or an ambassador or something. He's something to do with the club. But the main owner, there's a woman, Vita Man, she's like the owner of the club. And then there's another one called Abhishek, who's like a Bolly Star movie actor over here, massive, like millions and millions of followers on Instagram and stuff. But yeah, he's just like wherever he goes, or if he comes to a game, he's just harassed photos and stuff.
Tell us about the club then, lad. Is it like a family-run club, or has it got like a family atmosphere and that?
Yeah, I think it's, from what I've heard about other clubs and stuff, so other clubs out here can pay more money and stuff like that, but the way the clubs here, especially Chennai, especially the way they look after the foreign, they've got two like liaison office fellas, Ashish and Chancellor. Whatever you ask them to do, they get it done for you, like booking flights for your family, so on hotel room you want comfortably, whatever food, or just anything, like transport, they just do everything for you. Like, I rocked up here, never been to India before, and they've got like Indian SIM cards, stuff that you don't even think of, do you know what I mean? Indian SIM cards and that, but like getting ready for you, so you're not messing your other contact phone up back home, where it'll cost you a fortune to use over here. Yeah, they don't half look after you like this club.
Did they speak English though? Is the English their first language, or is it like, I don't know?
It's called, the language is called Tamil, but if someone from a different city comes, then they speak English to each other because there's loads of Indian accents, isn't there?
Yeah.
So mainly they speak, because they're all from all over India, all different parts, they all speak English anyway.
Okay, so that's maybe made it a bit easier for you to settle in.
Yeah.
What's the stand for footy like over there, kid?
Good. Don't get me wrong, it can improve, but it's better than what I thought it would have been. And the stadiums are all like proper, all good big stadiums. All the pitches are always spot on. They just need help financially, I think, in terms of to try and make grassroots better, to produce better Indian players, to produce a better national team. Because the size of India, although the cricket's still obviously the main sport out here by some distance, if they can just close the gap, they're never going to overtake cricket in India. But if they can close the gap to where it's attracting more people, surely a country of this size can produce some good players. Surely.
Yeah. There's got to be some players, hidden gems knocking around, isn't
there? That's
there?
what I mean. There's got to be somewhere. It's a country of nearly 2 billion people. There's got to be somewhere. It's just finding them, obviously. But it's also a country with a lot of poverty. A lot of these people and families are just living on the side of the street. Do you know what I mean? Some of the sites you see, some of the states of living, what the locals are in is hard to use.
With that being part of the problem over there in India, the poverty, did the stadiums, did they get good crowds, or?
Some clubs do, yeah. The clubs in Kolkata do. So Mohun Bagan, East Bengal, they can get 30,000 Kerala Blasters, where that's the only place I think football is the main sport in Kerala, Kochi. They can get anything from 20 to 40,000, 50,000. Yeah. They're just metal, yeah. They're just metal for football. It just depends on how the team are doing at the time. But yeah,
there's some good players knocking over there, isn't there? Because remember I sent you that little list the other day about them players who were playing over there. There's a few Aussies, isn't there?
Yeah, they love it. So there's a rule, yeah. You used to have an Asian player in your foreign system. You're allowed 6 foreigners, and one of them used to have to be an Asian. So they always signed an Australian player as the Asian player. Now that rule stopped, but that's why there's so many Aussies over here, because they had to do that. And then they like signing players from top leagues, like the top league in the country, so the A-League in Australia, SPL in Scotland, Thailand, China, wherever. Do you know what I mean? They sign people off the top divisions. They won't sign someone from League One in England. Just won't happen.
I know you're settling in all right over there, but how are you finding it day to day, lad? Without obviously your family's at home and the time difference and stuff, is that tough on you, or?
Yeah, it's always harder. It's the hardest bit. So when you've been with them, so we've had a few international breaks this year. India is a pretty good location to get to a point, like a holiday destination. So I've been to Dubai, it's only 3 hours on a plane, 3.5 hours. Thailand's 2 hours away. I've just been to Istanbul as well, 4 hours. So when we get a break, or when the league stops a bit, I've met Megan and Ivy in Dubai on first international break. Then they came back to India with me for a bit. And then the next week, we worked it, so till the next international break, we then go back to Dubai for a few days. They went home and I come back. And then we knew we were having a break on the New Year, because we didn't have a game for like 15 days or something. So we got 5 days off. So met them in Istanbul, 4 hours for them, 4 hours for me. And then the next one will be March, so to say. So probably meet them somewhere, or I'll go home, depending on how long we get off in March.
Nice, lad. And you're the skipper here as well, aren't you? Like the club captain.
Yeah.
This seems to be like a little bit of a common theme, lad. You get in and then you end up being a captain.
Yeah.
Have you always had them leadership skills? And when you were a kid, did they always just come out naturally? Because you're dead laid back, aren't you? So
yeah, different now though. once I've got older, that I'm not as erratic. I don't think that, like in Scotland, I remember part of the reason me getting the captaincy because I was doing so well at the time, but the captain wasn't playing, and they wanted a new captain who sort of like led by example, who had good relationships with everyone. He was with one group 1 minute, then was in another group in the other, and was well respected by the management and stuff. And it just naturally in your position, you've sort of got to be as a defender. So I said, people talking football and get a gist of how people are around football club, I suppose. Because it's only a small world in football. Everyone seems to know everyone. And people ask opinions of you before signing you and stuff, and they know what they're getting at as a person as well as a player.
Did you know the current manager? Is it Owen Coyle? Did you know him before you came over?
No, obviously know who he is, some career he's had as a manager, but no, I didn't, to be honest. I'd known him, I'd probably to say hello to. For example, when he was in Scotland, he brought his team up to play a friendly against our lads, so it might have been a cup game, like a reserve cup game, and he was up there and we just said hello to each other. And that's all, that's my only memory of ever speaking to him.
It's only age here, lad, but I remember watching him. He used to play for didn't he play for Bolton?
Yeah, he played for Bolton, yes.
Yeah, I remember watching him play for Bolton. Yeah, he was a good player, he was good. So is he a good manager to be under? Yeah.
Well, like, over the years, he's like a legend in India as well, because he's won a league with a team called Jamshedpur, who should never win the league. If you're talking about like money-wise, it's like, not like Leicester winning the league. That's like what he done over here against some big clubs. And then his first time, before he went to that club, he came to Chennai. And they were bottom of the league at the time when he came, and he took them to the playoffs in like 2018 or 19, I think it was. And then when he left, he never made the playoffs again. So they come back last season with us, and we qualified for the playoffs. So he's got a big name out here, but obviously as he has back home.
Yeah. So if you finishing, is it what the top two just go into like the Asian Champions League? Is it?
Yeah. It's something like that.
Is India in Asia?
Yeah, one's the like the Champions League version of back home. One's the like the Europa League version, I think.
Yeah. What position do you have to finish to qualify for any of them?
So I think it's the top two, or you win the Super Cup. What's in the end of the season?
Like,
East Bengal last year won the Super Cup, but they finished like 9th or 10th or something. Out of 12 or 13 teams, but they got into Asia for winning the Super Cup. But the way they worked, it was mad last year, because they done the Super Cup in January, because there was a big break for the national team. So some clubs never had the national team players because they were away with India. And there was murder over it because people were saying we're missing a lot of key players. Yeah, it is mad the way they real like work some stuff out here. So the Super Cup's the end of March and mid-April, and we still don't know where it is. We still don't know if it's a knockout or group stage. You just do everything the last minute out here, and that's where they need to improve on. They just need to improve the organisation a bit better, just to be a bit more professional.
Okay, kid, we'll move away from footy here before we tire up soon. I've had you for ages here. Let's try and talk a little bit about mental health, just to see if anyone can resonate with any issues that anyone's had. I think you've pretty much got like a bulletproof mindset, lad. But have you had any struggles with mental health, or obviously we know you've had your struggles with injuries or the cancer, but apart from them, is there any other times that you might have been like fucking mentally not in a good place?
No, I don't think so. I'd be lying if I sat here and said, I struggled here, there, and then. I've had a lot of time on my own through living away and stuff, and no, but I haven't had spells lucky enough to see that I've never went through something like that where I'm struggling mentally and struggle confidence wise in terms of football and stuff. That happens throughout my career, of course. But in terms of away from football, no, I've never really. I've always been quite happy enough and content enough. Even if I had problems, I wouldn't be the person to speak about it, because even when I get like little problems now, thinking for example, this is going to be a problem if I tell this about this. I deal with stuff myself, rather than put it onto other people. So if I ever did have a problem like that, I'd imagine it wouldn't be great to speak about it, because I wouldn't deal with it, with other people. Where you're meant to, I suppose, speak about problems with people, aren't you? People say you do struggle.
That's what they try and say now, isn't it? Yeah, especially for fellas. Like, if we're struggling or if we're not feeling good, try and express your emotions and confide in someone. But it's not always easy to do that. I mean, as you say, luckily enough, lad, you've been sound, and you've not had any mental health issues. But
one of my best mates for years and years, last year, I spoke about it with you at Christian, I think, didn't I?
yeah,
I mentioned it to you, just that he went through it. He had to go through his door and stuff just to make sure he was all right. And when I went to see him and he just started crying, he's not that type of lad. But once he was struggling like that, that was hard to see. Such a type of character he is, that and he won't mind me speaking about it, but he wouldn't. Yeah, but he wouldn't mind. No, he wouldn't. He spoke about it openly himself to people. But that was hard to see, that type of character struggling, upset and sad with his own life, that you felt helpless. But the main thing is, now whatever he's done, and we've all been there.
Right now.
He's all right, yeah.
And that's it, lad. Obviously, he's confided in you there in the end. And you say you've had a moment there, and he's all good now, which is fucking great to hear, because he's such a good kid as well, and he.
Yeah. The last thing you expect to see was someone like him, with his character and that, just struggling and just crying for, I say, no reason, but just breaking down in the middle of the day in tears. That was just the shock to the system coming from him. And it just makes you think anyone can be doing it, can't they?
They can, mate, yeah. But they just want to get the message out there that if anyone is fucking struggling with anything, just go and speak to someone, getting off your shoulders. I want to touch on your agent, lad, if that's all right.
Yeah.
Have you always had the same agents? And how important have they been for you in all your moves and stuff?
Yeah, I've been lucky. So I've been with him, Simon, because he went to school with my dad and they've been best mates for years. Simon, I must have been with him now since I was in the academy system, since I was my fellowship, 60. And kids now they all want agents for the wrong reasons. They all want them for just to get free boots and stuff like that. But it doesn't really work like that. You've got to have someone who you trust, I suppose. Like, I've been on calls with him, sitting in the car with him, so I know what's going on. I know what's getting said. Whereas I've seen people get released out the academy systems and professionally, and the agent doesn't want to know them. But they've got money to make on another player, for example. I just think I've been lucky that we've known him for so long, and he's been mates with my dad for so long. He's always treated me as like one of his own, to try and not let down. And he's always wanted to do what's best for me. And that's all you can ask for, honesty, and trying to get you the best situation. And that's what I've always felt with him.
It's important to think, if you've got an agent, to be able to, you're basically trusting them with your life, aren't you?
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like, because the agents now you see them signing kids up, 13, 14, they would tip to be like the next big thing, and agents are getting into them to try and sell them in a few years to make money. Obviously, they're in it for the money, of course they are. But he's not in it for the money with me, because we've got that trust and we've known each other for so long, and he's not really took much money from me in his career. He's fortunate enough that he's done some good deals and made a lot of money himself, so he's not really maybe needed to as much with me, but still, he didn't have to do that, so I mean.
Have you had to be in touch with him quite a bit with being in India?
I was in touch with him a lot in terms of getting the contract checked before I come out here, because Indian contracts are different to back home, written different, and Simon's got a very trusted lawyer who he uses, to look up word for word in the contract.
Yeah.
So stuff like that had to be fixed, which Simon went through and fixed with the lawyer and myself. That's why the move took a little bit longer as well to do, because he was covering my own back for my safety, really. He didn't want no one getting messed over, do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't know if some agents go to that extent with players. They just get the players to sign and get paid and don't really hear from them. Yeah.
A few little ones to finish on then, kid. Favourite ground that you played in?
I want to say St James's Park, but there wasn't a big crowd because it was a youth cup game, but professional. I'd have to say, in terms of atmosphere and the way the stadium is and attendance, I'd probably have to go with Ibrox, because when that's full, that is bad. So Andy beat us. We played them in the COVID year. After we beat them at home, we played them away. Our whole team was out with COVID. It was only me and Charlie as centre-back pair. The rest were all like youth team players.
No way.
And we done proper well. 0-0 for ages. Had a few chances. And then Tavernier scored a penalty, and I've never heard it. And my ears are rough like that. Honest to God, yeah. So I'd probably go with the
best manager you've worked under, or you feel like maybe you've got two here because you've got like a period where you're developing as a player, and then a period where you are established. So if you want to give two, you can do. Best managers.
I'd say the one who got the best out of me was one of the ones in Dundee United. It was probably Sam Courts, who made me captain there. Was probably my best season. Probably one of my best seasons I've had in football. And that's not just because I was captain. That's just probably the way he set the team up and stuff, and the way he valued me. He lent on me so much. I was only 27 at the time.
You were a big player there, weren't you?
Yeah, that's what I mean. But I can honestly say I've enjoyed playing for them all. There's not been a manager where I've thought, well, maybe the Plymouth manager, Derek Adams, he's a lot of people don't like him, but I can see why. But then you've got to go with how they treat you, I suppose, when he treated me well. And I was playing every week. But yeah, I'd probably go with the Dundee United ones there.
Nice. And who's like your best mates in football, or who you've met through football and you're tight with?
In football, closest mates who've kept in touch with throughout. Joe Rafferty, he's at Rotherham now, but when I went on loan to Rochdale, he'd just been released by Liverpool and he signed permanently for Rochdale. So he was the captain of their youth team, and I was the captain of Blackburn. So we'd always do the toss-up and that.
Oh.
And not know each other. But then we rocked up at Rochdale together and got on ever since.
Oh.
Still meet them when I go home and stuff now. We go for Nando's and stuff like that. Paul Stockton, just always gone on with him. We played the schoolboys together.
Did he play for Tranmere?
Yeah, he come through at Tranmere, and he was like a man, but he's 13. But we played for the schoolboys together at like 13, 14. So I've still speak to him to this day. Spoke to him like last week. Occasionally, because we had such a good group at Dundee United. So speaking to the SD, that's how he was. Speaking about what he's probably going to be doing next year. He's bought a new house in Glasgow.
Does he play on the right end?
He can play anywhere really along the front three.
Did he go to Belgium?
Yeah, he went to Stanley Liège, yeah.
I know what you mean now, yeah.
Yeah. He's the one who only what is he? All he goes on about. He come on for Celtic, he's Barton, scored the winner.
Yeah, I was going to say, was he at Celtic as well, yeah?
Yeah, it's really come through. Yeah, should have done better, really. He'll tell you damn himself for the moves and that he had, but he just couldn't be away from home, Tony. He's the way I can be away from home on my own, he can't be. He's just the opposite. He has to be in and around family and at home.
Yeah. Some people need that, don't they, lad? A good support mechanism around them. But like I say, though, your mindset, lad, I think your mindset's bulletproof, kid. I think you can put you on the moon and you'll be happy.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Getting on. I suppose if you can handle your own company, you can get on with things. I'm good at just getting on with things rather than just
dwelling on them.
About it. Yeah, like my family is like, couldn't want to come home and stuff like that. I'm like, I knew what I was signing up for. So I'm just going to get on with it. You know what I mean? Like, just because they just thinking of me on my own out here, the way like some other people have families here. And Megan and I have been plenty of times, but there's only so much you can do over here. It's not really much going on, do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So they're safe and sound at home, and I'm cracking on here for now.
I think you made a boss decision, mate, because football, it's a short career, isn't it?
Yeah.
How old are you now? Are you 30 now? 31?
Yeah, 31, yeah.
How long do you think you'll play for, kids?
Touch wood with injuries. I've been all right with my career. I've only had that illness, really. I haven't had any really long-term injury, more than 2 weeks. So I just want to, hopefully, I think I've always had the number 35 in my head. If we can get to that 35 and still be playing.
Yeah, it's a good number, isn't it, lads?
See where it takes me then. If I can get, if I can rob a few more years after that, which people have. There was a centre-half playing for Tranmere 2 years ago. He was 40, 39, 40, and I've never really had like Kyle Walker pace or something like that. What I'm going to lose, do you know what I mean? So that
Pace has never been an issue, then, has it? Lads? You're not going to lose anything.
That's what I mean, yeah. So I've always thinking of stuff like that, but people do always look at your age and think you get to it like 31, 32. You very rarely see long-term contracts, 2 years, 3 years getting given out, which is fair enough. But I think when people look at the amount of games I've played and very little injuries I've had, they can see I look after myself, do you know what I mean?
Are you going to do coaching badges, isn't there?
No, I've done the very first bit of them for my scholarship. You had to do them in your youth team, but I haven't kicked on with them. I've played with players who've so passionate about going into coaching, and I just think if I haven't got the passion of going into coaching, why would I be wasting my time doing badges? When Charlie, for example, on away trips and that, he had his iPad out, he had all like how his team at play and stuff, and I haven't got that passion yet to go into the coaching. If it comes, I'll go into it and get me badges, but at the minute, I'm just speaking to someone from UEFA trying to do like a sports management course. At the minute, I'd like to see myself upstairs as like sporting director or director of football or something like that. I think I'd be good and suited to something like that. I just think I've got a good personality and temperament for stuff like that.
Oh, your personality is spot on, lads. You know, I mean, when I first met you, lad, you wouldn't have even known you were a fucking professional footballer. You're just a normal kid, lad.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
That's one of the when people say that, I take that as a compliment.
Yeah. You're proper humble, lad, down to earth. I remember saying to you, lad, why haven't you got a blue tick, lad? And you're like, fuck, don't need a blue tick for. I know who I am.
The blue tick thing is annoying over here because there's so many big fan bases over here. So see when like you sign and stuff and that after games, they're saying, open your Instagram, make it public. I'm like, nah.
Dude,
my Instagram's for people who I know on there.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? I'm not one of them who's posting like footy pictures every day. Like of me kicking a ball about, do you know what I mean? I don't do all that all the time. So, and when I see players like, plus 3 points a day, fans are great. It does my head in. So, I've actually made that fines in other clubs, in my old club, where I've been captain in charge of the fine list. I used to put that on the fine sheet because it used to do me head in.
Yeah, no posting 3 points, fucking no posting
Instagram shit. You post things, your Instagram post, sucking up to fans, it's a fine, and it's soon stopped it.
Excellent.
So me social media stuff's private for people who are on.
And that's how it should be, lad, isn't it? Especially if you're posting pictures of like your kids and what have you. You've just got fucking loads of random people following, and you don't know who they are, do you?
Exactly. Exactly
so,
that. Like, why I don't want people who I don't know looking at what I post, what I get up to in my life on holiday and stuff. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm not asked if people judge you like that, but it's not for them to see. So it's just for people who I know.
It's a good way of looking at it, lads.
Yeah,
so,
people want to open theirs and be public, crack on, but it's nothing.
Is your contract up to the end this year?
Yeah, so in India, they do the way more often than not they work it, they do it year by year. Very rarely you'll see foreigners get 2-year deals and stuff. Just because every club just changes every year. We're the only club, I think, who's had a bit of stability, one or two others maybe, who've kept the manager for more than 1 year. Even like the champion last year, who won the league, they sacked the manager just for the sake of sacking the manager and getting someone else in.
What are you
Yeah,
thinking for next season? Will there be an offer on the play for another year, or will you have to look elsewhere? Do you think? Was it too early?
No, I think you're into the last 6 months now, so you've got to think about it. You've just got to.
Are you able to speak to people then? Because it's January.
Technically, you are allowed to do that. But I've got a good relationship here with not just the manager, but the management as well. So I'd like to think they'd speak to me, whether they wanted me or not. I'd like to think they'd speak to me
And let you know.
After this January's out the way, I'd like to think they'd speak to me and say, look, we ideally want to keep you. Let's talk about the contract, or ideally we're going in a different direction. Just giving you a heads up now, so you can think of something. Just wanted.
You're liking it there, aren't you? You're enjoying it, like you look happy.
Yeah. But all you want is a bit of honesty. You don't want to get to the end of the season and them say, yeah, that's it. Thank you. We won't be doing nothing, because they know, they'll know by now or next couple of weeks what they want to do. So in my opinion, they should just let you know. If not, I'll just ask the question, try and get a bit of info of what they're thinking, and then I'll go from there.
All right, thank you. Well, look, just want to say thanks very much for giving me fucking a lot of time on here and having a good chat and that, mate. It's been boss to catch up with you.
It's meant to be a few days earlier, weren't it? But I was wiped out, so.
Yeah, you were in a good way, lad, was you?
No, honest to God, bad like that. I never get sick either at home. I never get sick, ever. And I've never had a migraine in my life till that day. Honest to God, it's so bad. And Megan, she suffers with migraines quite like once a month, so I know how she's feeling now.
Well, hopefully, lad, you don't get anything else like that again.
No, I've had a food poison this year and I've had this, so that should be me now through.
So, we'll leave it there then, kid. Just want to say thank you very much again. It's been a pleasure.
Pleasure's been mine, but